Hey y'all, Bloodwing here, back to bring some grumpiness to your internet. Welcome back to Redneck Radio, the live stream where you get an extra healthy side helping of beans and cornbread. That's good once in a while. With me, as always, is Irie Bear.
Hello.
And joining us today is the bad boy Twitter himself, Mr. Ranting Monkey.
What did I do?
You know you did.
I have no idea. I haven't even been on Twitter for like 3 days.
You did it outside of Twitter.
I ain't done nothing.
You know what you did. Biscuit.
You know, most of the time it's like, you know what you did. I honestly don't like when I got my Twitter suspension. I had no idea what it was for. I was like, what the hell? What they get me for? And it wasn't that it was like I've been so good. It's like, which one did they catch? Oops.
Yeah, I'm like that. My mom was very much like that. You've heard me say before, my mom was a very, very blunt person. She's where I get my personality. And would often, she always had people getting ticked off at her because she just said what was on her mind. And she'd be like, what'd I do?
Yep. I'm not saying I didn't do anything. Well, I did say that, but I was joking. But yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean that I didn't do anything. It's like, what did I do? Because I need to know which example is the one I'm apologizing for.
And bimbo? I mean, come on. Seriously.
I said worse than that on that day.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Yeah, well, what you gonna do? So how we doing, fellas?
How you doing, Blood?
Not too bad. I'm actually feeling pretty good today. Pretty good.
If he bounces back like that, like just turning it around, it means he's in a lot of pain.
Dude, yeah, I have the muscles in the top part of my stomach are just they're mad at me, man, and I don't know what I did. It makes sitting up kind of painful.
Yeah, well, I'm not sitting up by any means. I'm laying back in my recliner as usual. Oh, thank you. The next 6 minutes for the donation. Bro hugs for BW, Bear, and Monkey. High fives all. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Back at you, sir.
Which reminds me, please like and share the stream because, YouTube doesn't help you with that anymore. And if you want to go a little further, there is a super chat. And there are links for my Streamlabs and Patreon in the description. I do have a request, though. I don't usually ask that. If you feel like you want to donate, use my Streamlabs, because here's the deal. I've got an $80 bill coming up for truck plates in a few days. I need to get those truck plates before they tow my truck off. So, yeah, if you can, use the Streamlabs. But if not, it's still appreciated.
Help the old man out, guys. Otherwise, he might die.
Without my truck, yeah, I might.
Then I'll have to do a GoFundMe for his funeral. So
have to travel all the way to America.
Exactly.
Gummit.
Like this old bastard. Pain in my ass.
I'm telling you. Always telling me what he thinks, even when I don't want to hear it.
Nice.
No, seriously, though, I do feel pretty good. Sure, there's the regular aches and pains, but I try not to complain about those. Doesn't do any good. Doesn't make me feel any better. And usually nobody wants to hear it. So
they do. That's why they're here.
Nah.
They love hearing that. That's why they are obsessed with this genre. They're listening to people moan about things.
Well,
as it is.
Excuse me. I am kind of up about certain things. I don't. Those that are on Twitter might have seen me talk about it yesterday on Twitter, but I'll mention it to the rest of you here. I've got an idea for some new content.
The old man's got an idea, people. It's dangerous.
Yeah, very dangerous. Look out. Hide the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Lock up your women.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just recently started back in because I used to play it before playing Star Trek Online, and I got the idea for a show called Redneck Trek.
What?
And
Redneck Trek.
yes, Redneck. Here's the deal. I'll just be playing, but I'll be voicing it over as the world's most redneck Star Trek captain.
Nice.
Right now I'm thinking of calling him something like Cooter Joe Bob Cornhole or something like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And the USS Starship Hold My Beer.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yeah, it's going to be about his adventures in the Star Trek universe. Of course, he's going to want to paint his starship flames, but they're not going to let him, you know. So he'll probably go red, white, and blue because America, yeah, heck yeah. But yeah,
get them go faster stripes.
Yeah, I tested it yesterday because I had doubts whether or not my machine would handle playing and recording at the same time, but it handled it like a champ, amazingly. So yeah, maybe by the end of this week we'll have the first episode. Yeah, kind of excited about that. Don't know how long that will run. I'm not sure how long you can keep a running joke like that going and keep it interesting, but we're going to give it a shot.
That's right. Look out for that, guys.
Any time frame?
ETA.
Uh-oh.
He died.
Oh, I thought it was me.
Oh, his internet crapped out. Yeah,
well
I think
then.
his internet crapped out.
Foxy, I was not on the Twitter rampage. My cousin might have been a little bit wordy on Twitter today.
Monkey trying to see how many Twitter accounts he can get banned over there.
I didn't insult it. Did I insult anyone?
I don't know.
Not me, my cousin. I don't think I did.
You don't think?
I don't think. It's hard to, sometimes I get going and I feel, did you see Steven Crowder's talking about the whole Vox thing? Where
I saw that he uploaded a, dare I say, faux apology video.
God.
I've not watched it, so I can't give a opinion on it.
It's amazing. You have to watch. But before that one, he talked about how, he said that he had used some of the words, and he goes, but I don't remember if I called you a lispy queer, but it sounds like something I would have said. I understand that completely. Sometimes you get going like, I don't remember saying that, but yeah, that sounds like me.
I saw a little something on Twitter earlier today. I've not really been on my main account Twitter today. Been trying to avoid it like the fucking plague. Has the old man arisen from the grave?
Yeah, I have. How long have I been
about 2 minutes.
Oh, geez. So what was the last thing you heard? Did you hear the last two donations?
No, we asked when you were going to start, and you said, and then you cut out.
All right. First of all, let me get the donations then. Thank you, Duck Dog, for the very generous donation. Quarter of the way there. Thank you very much. And Dragon Mage, what is your favorite fast food? And my answer was White Castles. Even though they hate me, I do love them. And as far as the time frame on that, hopefully Friday or Saturday. I'm probably going to record some gameplay later today. So then all I have to do is the voiceovers.
There you go.
Yeah.
You can look forward to that.
Yeah. I think it's going to be funny.
Oh,
it's funny in my head. Makes me laugh.
Ding, 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 ding.
So what else we got today, guys? What's been going on?
We were just talking about Steven Crowder's faux apology video, which I haven't seen yet. Well, I mean, I've not seen it yet. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I've watched it twice, and I laughed both times.
Oh yeah, what I was about to say is, I saw something about it on Twitter earlier, and I saw the Vox guy Carlos whinging about it.
Yeah.
I didn't look too deep into it though. I'm gonna go look at his Twitter account now. If he hasn't.
Thank you. The next 6 minutes for the donation for some truck nuts on your Redneck Starship BW. Yeah, it would need truck nuts, wouldn't it? Yeah.
It's Carlos Mencia, isn't it?
Maza, M-A-Z-A.
Maza, okay. Maza. Arriba, Andrea, mamma mia, God, he is a lesbian queer, isn't he?
You think? Haven't you ever seen him before?
I know. I got to look at him the other day, but I didn't really look at him. You know.
Oh no, I may have even responded to him once before.
I hadn't heard of the dude until this shit. He posted a portion of Crowder's video saying, "Since I started working at Vox, Stephen Crowder has been making video after video, quote unquote, debunking strike through. Every single video has included repeated overt attacks on my sexual orientation and ethnicity. Here's a sample." Okay, so he's all right. Well, he's just making fun of you, dude. Like,
yeah. I mean, yeah. Of course, we know jokes are violence, guys. Come on.
Like Carlos Maza's Twitter handle is gay wonk.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. But don't call it gay.
Don't call him gay, even though he's gay. And his profile says Tucker Carlson is a white supremacist. Matt, you deserve all the shit you get, dude.
Oh man, his videos are one. He's from Vox, so you know they're shit.
Oh yeah.
But he's so bad. I think even Scribe has done a video about this idiot.
Good.
You mean Scribe stepping away from the TED Talks?
Oh no, this was quite a while ago. But yeah, he's been around for a while, and I mean, Steve. The worst thing Crowder said was the lispy queer thing, but the guy calls himself queer, so it's not like it's a slur.
Yeah.
And he is lispy.
I mean, come on, no hate on the gay people out there, because I know there's a few out there that follow me or in the chat. But you know as well as we do that there are some lispy gays out there.
Look, this is a guy who's gotten criticism, and instead of focusing on any of the actual criticism, he's going, he made fun of me for being gay. No, he didn't. He made a couple of offhanded remarks, and the rest of what he said was ripping into the dumb ideas you put out there. But we're not going to talk about that. No, break out that gay card. Bam, he's attacking me for gay. No, he's not. He's attacking you because you're an idiot.
Yeah.
And it's not an attack to respond, you dumb mother.
Well, of course, if you make a response video to these people, and you're obviously bigger than them as well, it's punching down and therefore bullying, and yeah, you can't do that, folks.
No.
Don't you dare punch down.
That's where I'm good. Almost anybody I might go after is punching up at my size.
Oh God, I'm tempted now to even have a crack at him myself, just based on his Twitter profile.
Yeah, of course. And it's like there's another thing. I think I seen Pat retweet. It was the gay flag being burned, and oh God, that's a hate crime.
What?
Yeah, it's a hate crime.
The fuck did I miss today?
What if it was there? What if it belonged to them?
Yeah.
It was just like, right, it's my flag. I'll do what I want with it.
Burning the American flag is freedom of speech, yo. But burning the gay flag is a hate crime.
Hey, you want to destroy your own property, knock yourself out. I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your money.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I mean, be better off going to Chick-fil-A.
There you go. Did you see that? I seen SDA respond to a tweet saying, stay with me here, straight people. How about not going to Chick-fil-A for Gay Pride Month? What?
Who said this?
I'm not
SDA.
sure who said it. It was somebody SDA responded to.
Yeah.
Oh my God. How about no? Well, I mean, I haven't got the choice here, but you know, If Americans want to go to Chick-fil-A and get themselves whatever they sell their chicken sandwiches, then you do the hell you want.
Yeah. Well, it's like I said, I think it was the last stream when I think it was when Gay Pride Month started. I'm not a fan of these, Gay Pride Month and Black History Month and Hispanic History Month and all. What y'all need a month for? Wait, I don't need a month. Where's my month? Let's focus on what makes us, come together instead of everything that separates us. How about that?
It's weird, but I've seen people like, oh, don't be saying anything about it. Just let the gays, remember the struggle, which they don't do for these things, by the way. But let them remember the struggle. It's like, okay, well, why don't we give an entire month to World War I and II veterans?
Nah, man, they didn't struggle.
We just give them a day and like a minute silence, and that's about it.
Yeah, D-Day was a walk in the park, yo.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not like the Germans were yelling insults at him as they came up the beach. That would have really hurt.
You say that, and I get an image in my mind, kind of like out of that scene in Search for the Holy Grail. You silly English kniggets.
Yeah, we'll give an entire month to the gayers, but we won't remember the millions and millions and millions of people.
Look, I got no problem.
Died in the two wars.
I got no problem.
Spend a day doing that shit.
I got no problem with the gay community. But I just don't care what your sexuality is. I'm not going to walk up to you, like I said, shake hands and say, "Hi, how you doing? My name's Bloodwing and I'm straight." It's not my identity.
Well, that's the thing. And there's a lot of gay people who don't go to Pride anymore because of what it is.
Oh, I've seen some pretty disgusting pictures from this year's Pride so far.
Did you see that urine video that was going on?
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh.
That does a huge disservice to the gay community, because then this stuff gets paraded around. They're like, look how weird the gays are. And most gays are like, I don't support this crap.
I saw that video and I was like, I don't need to see this today.
Yeah.
Right?
Folks, if you haven't seen it, it made its round on Twitters, and some kind of heavy set guy sitting in a wading pool.
That's a chick.
Is it a chick in the wading pool? I couldn't tell. And
if you watch to the end, you can definitely tell. She turns, so you get the full Monty there.
Oh, Lord. But some other chick walks up over her head and pees on her. And then some dude walks up and is peeing on her. And in the background, there's some old guy with a Santa Claus beard and a bigger beer gut than I got, playing with himself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, my God. And this is out in the open, where children might see, or what? Jesus Christ.
He's like jacking it over these fat creatures getting pissed on.
I mean, be it for me to kink shame anybody, but let's take that behind closed doors.
You remember when people used to do that? You used to keep your kink in your house, man. Nobody wants to see it.
Yeah.
No, Viper Sword, that's not degrading. It's empowering to be urinated on in public. I'm not sure how that happened, but that's the modern world.
See, this is exactly what happens when you take Jeremy Kyle off the air.
Oh, he's not on the air anymore?
No, he got taken off the air because one of his guests killed himself or something. They put the blame on the Jeremy Kyle show. This is exactly what happens. We don't have Jeremy Kyle to sit down on his step and start shouting at people. Beat your kids, people. Beat your kids. If they're adults, beat them too. There's wooden spoons available.
Heck yeah, hit them harder.
I'll be issuing them after the stream. Disgusting creatures. Ugh.
What, kids?
And them.
Well, they can be. God love them.
Little petri dishes of disease.
That they are. Yeah, that they are. As much as I love my grandkids, they do keep me sick a lot. Because, I just can't get myself to say no, stay away.
I've been to a Pride before. I've been to 2 of them in Manchester, right? It's overpriced garbage as it is, right? Like my brother-in-law's a gayer, and like he said last time he went, he had to pay £5 for a pint of Coke, which is ridiculous prices. You had to pay 30 quid to get into this area that you could go on a normal night out for like nothing. But you go down there on Pride, mate, and there's all these little twinks and that just being fairies, just bouncing around in like leather and shit. And just, you wouldn't act like this normally, mate. How is this empowering exactly? How is this remembering the great fight for rights? Or was you fighting for the right to party? Yay! But no.
Well, let's say you work with this bitch. How do you take her seriously the next day at work?
What, the little twink that I saw in leather?
No, like the one who got peed on, or even that one. Any of these people,
of them, yeah.
The next day you see them at work and they're like in a suit and like, I can't look at you like that anymore. You're a joke. Oh,
yeah. He said he'd be back. But you couldn't take him seriously. There's no
so
way.
I'm back.
Welcome back,
bitch. You're fired. You're not my boss. I had today.
Like, ooh, get away from me. Like, I don't. Please don't stand so close to me. You've been peed on.
I'll take my cross into work. The power of Christ compels you, bitch. Back off.
You are assuming she works. Okay, maybe not her, but I mean, there's some people that go to these things. They have to have jobs, at least one of them. And
selling crack, yeah.
Yeah, you don't want your dealer covered in pee.
Thank you, Cryptic, for the donation. Bear backing is common with the gays. That's why AIDS is such a high.
Backing? You mean when you jizz on your hand and slap it on them?
No, I mean it's not wearing a condom.
Yeah, right. Bear backing.
Oh, bear backing.
Yeah.
Oh, because I used to threaten to back people all the time when we all first started. But what's backing bears? When you jizz on your hand and slap a bitch.
I've never done that. Must be an English thing.
I've not done it myself. No, the English people don't do it. No, you know what you fucking did, bitch.
Let it happen.
No, we don't do that. We open the tea bag and pour that on our hands and then slap someone with that. That's what we do because we're British.
So posh.
And then we pour boiling hot water on you, then have 2 spoons of sugar and stir you. That's right. We turn you into a cup of tea.
And since they don't like you, they microwave that water just to be a dick. That would be great if like you didn't like somebody and you invited them over for tea and you microwave their water, and then when they were done, like, I microwaved that water.
I'm going to do that the next times the missus has one of her friends around that I don't like. I'm going to microwave their tea.
You see, there you go. I'm a problem solver.
Yeah.
No, VB in the chat saying I used to dick people's cups of tea. No, I never dicked anyone's tea. I caught people dicking people's cups.
Oh, that's horrible.
And then making cups of tea, innit? I did spit in a drink or two in my time.
Hi, Vanilla Bear.
Don't say hello to her.
I have to. She's a sweetheart to me.
No.
That's right. Yeah.
See, she's nice to me. I'm nice to her. I think there's a lesson in that for you, Bear.
Yeah.
No. See, this is exactly the problem. Just acknowledging her straight away.
Well, for the record, I know you're right, because you guys have heard me on stream. I'm always very sweet to my wife, and she's mean as fuck to me.
Yeah.
God love her.
That's the power of a wife. They'll treat you like shit, and you're still like, I love you, baby.
Exactly.
Yeah, she's horrible to me most of the time as well, but she's being nice right now. She's making a stew with minted dumplings. I'm very happy, chappy. They like me up yours, but they don't like you. They're just doing it for the. This is YouTube. Yeah, everyone puts on a persona.
Leave it to the British to put mint in dumplings.
Well, time out. Nut says that Lady Monkey's a sweetheart. To everyone else.
Yeah, she's lovely to me.
Yeah, she's nice to everyone else. I'm That's how I know she loves me, is that she'll be mean to me.
Oh, trust me, she's always been sweet to me, but I can
See?
hear it in her voice.
See?
I hear her voice and I'm thinking, this is a woman that can get pretty nasty if she wants to.
She can. Why do you put mint in dumplings?
Oh, we don't usually. In fact, this is the first time I've ever heard of it. She offers. I was like, okay, I'll give it a go. You know me.
For some American, I think of dumplings. I think chicken dumplings. You know. And
What's a dumpling over there? Just to be sure, are we thinking the same thing?
Hold on, I'll get an image for you. It's the best way to do it. Okay.
Thank you, Mike Worski, for the donation. So many Americans microwave the water for tea. Yeah,
yeah.
And I'm one of them. Yeah.
Saves time.
Heck yeah.
Oh,
Here's the box.
oh, the dumpling mix box. Thank you. I see you just drop it on the floor. Thanks. Okay, I've never seen this brand. Farmhouse style dumpling mix. What is in this? Where's the actual ingredients? That's how you make it. Flour, beef fat, palm fat, raising agents, salt, whey powder, sodium.
Sounds like what our dumplings would be. It's like a little clump of bread. 6 Minutes says he loves lamb with mint sauce. I've never had it. I've heard about it, and I really, really want to try it.
Oh yeah, lamb and mint sauce goes together like tramps and chips, mate. You know, goes together like British people and rain. In fact, the Greeks perfected it. They created a special lamb kebab called gyros. That's it's heavily minted, and oh my god, it's so sexy.
Yeah, that looks sort of kind of like our dumplings.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. I could see a hint of mint in that, sure, depending on what's in it or what it's with. But
I don't think I've ever actually had minted dumplings before.
Well, I know I haven't.
I'm fairly sure I haven't either. I'll be looking forward to it.
Yeah, in fact, the only kind of dumplings I've ever had, other than when I went to the Chinese restaurant, the Chinese buffet, is chicken and dumplings, like I said. So.
The dumplings goes best in a stew, a beef stew. In my humble opinion,
it goes awful good with chicken.
I don't think I've ever actually had it with chicken.
Well, that's a staple here in the States, man.
Yeah.
Chicken and
you know how fat I'd get in the States?
You'd look like me.
Now you know why we're all a bunch of, whales over here.
That's why it's so easy to make fat acceptance videos. They're everywhere.
Well, I mean, God bless America and God bless your fatties, because without your fatties, man, I wouldn't have, Lord Bear videos just wouldn't be the same.
Push button says, Bloodwing, have you ever tried faggots? Well, it depends on which ones you're talking about. The answer would be no to all three. I mean, there's the bundle of sticks, there's the gay people, and then, yes, I am well aware that it's also like a meatball kind of thing.
There's a fourth one.
Is there?
Yeah, you put it in your mouth and you light it, and it ain't a dick.
Well, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
cigarettes. Yeah,
we used to call them fags when I was a teenager. Hey, man, you got a fag?
Thank you, Foxy. I'm not healthy, but yeah, I have lost weight. In fact, I had a look. I went right back on Irate Alex to a year ago, and I saw how fat I am in the video. And I looked at the most recent one. I was like, God damn.
You weren't fat. I mean, you were a little bit bigger than you are now. You weren't fat.
Bit chunky, you know.
I'm American. That ain't close to fat. You're damn near healthy.
There is a difference between British and American fat.
Yes. You guys measure it in stones. We'd have to measure it in boulders.
Absolutely. Thank you, Cryptic, for the donation. Speak for yourself. I ain't fat. Well, let's be honest. Other than Buddha, how many fat Asian people have you seen?
Sumo wrestlers. That's it.
That's about it.
Well, they're Japanese, aren't they?
Yeah. Well,
that's Asian.
Well, yeah, I know, but he's Chinese. That's racist.
Every so often,
he's not Chinese.
You will see a little fat Asian kid, and I love them because their eyes are even squintier with those big cheeks.
I'm pretty sure, and Cryptic can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure he's Vietnamese.
No, he's not.
He's Asian. That's all. They're all the same.
He's Asian. Oh, they're all the same.
They're like white people. They're all the same. No, see, we get okay. I need to address this because we get in trouble for saying, you know, assuming that all Asian people are the same. But they assume all white people are the same, and we have far more countries than they do that white people crawl out of.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Well, how many Oriental countries are there? Japan, China, Vietnam.
You have the Philippines. You have
Philippines. Yeah, I grew up with a guy who was from the Philippines, actually.
Opinionated Scotsman says Kim Jong-un is fat. Yes, he is, but he's the only one in his country.
He's the only one eating.
There's the Koreas.
Yeah,
there's two of them.
That's China. Let's be honest. Korea is like the penis of China if you look at it.
Taiwan. I mean, Taiwan is basically China. I mean, everything's made there.
It is.
So, but it's still, you know, it's still a different country.
I don't think so.
Isn't Hong Kong like a separate thing?
Hong Kong's a city, isn't it?
I thought it was like a separate thing because it's technically a part of the Commonwealth.
Look, there's 4 Asian countries. That's it.
Malaysia, Thailand, yeah.
There's
Singapore.
No, there's China,
Cambodia,
there's Japan, there's the other Asia,
Laos,
and the other Asia. That's it.
There's quite a few, mate.
Nah, there's only like 4.
I don't think there's as many as there are white countries because there's loads of European countries.
And if you look at them, just like white people, they all look alike. I mean, no, they don't actually look exactly the same, but it's easy to confuse them because they look Asian. Like I have a
phone vibrating for.
I have a goddamn chart of what Asian people look like from each country. Anyhow,
it kind of reminds me of the Grey Day Underray racism tests video. Did you ever see that?
No.
He was showing like people from different Oriental countries. He's like, I can't tell the difference
because they look the same.
It's like, sit down, Indian boy. You wouldn't like it if somebody confused you for a Pakistani.
Oh, probably not. But
yeah,
would it be an easy? I feel like if it's an easy mistake to make, then you should be like, look, I'm actually Japanese, not Chinese. No big deal. And then move on with your life. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Cryptic has one there that explains it.
Cryptic, thank you for the donation. We all hate each other. Who cares? Dirty chinks.
That is true.
You, Cryptic.
He's not wrong, man. The different Asian countries seem to hate each other.
They do, yeah.
Y'all should come together in peace under one Asian flag. And it wouldn't even have to be very wide because you guys, you know. Could be more like a banner.
You're only little.
Bless
you. Teeny weeny. Chinky weenies. I don't know. All of y'all look alike. But then again, you could say the same about black folk, couldn't you? Like,
well, you could, but that'd be racist.
Yeah, that would be the really racist. Yeah.
Toasted Network says, why are all Asians smart? I'm just curious. I'm sure they're not all smart, but a good percentage of them are because they have a different work ethic.
Because their parents will beat the shit out of them when they're kids if they don't study.
It's exactly right. They have a different work ethic. They're more driven than us lazy white people.
Indians are like that as well, actually.
Yeah, they are.
Mm-hmm.
And it works. Now, I'm not saying beat your kid, but it does help to, over here should I pressure my child to study? Yes, dumbass. Do you want them to succeed or do you want them to live at home till they're 40?
That's oppression, monkey.
I know it is. I know. White people are so fucking soft, man.
Ain't that the truth?
Seriously, and I may have told this story on here before. I know I've told it before, but when my daughter, she was in 3rd grade, and my wife went to the parent-teacher conferences, and my wife comes home and tells me the teacher's very worried because if my daughter got a B on something, it would just ruin her day because she always got A's, and she got a B, it just ruined her day. And they're like, we need to teach her it's okay to fail. I'm like, fuck you. Leave that child alone. Let her have some fucking standards.
Well, I mean, getting a B isn't really failing either, but
in her eyes, it was.
If she feels like she could do better.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying you should be like, lower your standards or anything, but B isn't exactly failing.
No, it's not. But once you go, B's okay, and the next is like, it's a C. D is still passing. And that's what I used to say. I was a very, very good at school.
I was the same, mate. I was like, an E? That's still a GCSE.
It's like a D still passing. Come on.
Yeah.
B isn't a failing grade. No, but if look at some, especially in some Asian cultures, a B is failing. An A minus is failing. And that's why they are so smart, because they fucking think a B is failing.
Thank you, Cryptic, for the donation. I wondered when he would.
Don't even acknowledge it. Don't even look. Look away. Look over there.
Oh.
Cryptic, you're a legend, my friend.
He's not. He's a fucking cat eater.
Yeah.
You can't spell, apparently. It's a bit weird for an Asian.
With my
Cryptic, you kind of earned that one.
Yeah, he did. My kid's coming up, and all kids are different. Monkey tell you this, and Bear probably knows this by this point. I had 3 kids, and all 3 of them were different. You had to handle them all differently. And with my 2 oldest, J Kid and Mama Minnie, that you sometimes see here in the chat, I knew they were capable of straight A's. They were absolutely smart kids.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So if they got a B, I was like, yeah, okay, but I want to see an A there next week, or next quarter or whatever.
Now, having high standards and setting those standards for yourself, there's nothing wrong with that at all.
My youngest daughter was not as smart, and my rule was I don't mind
throwing shade at his own kids.
No, just she didn't do as well academically. But my comment was always, I don't mind a C as long as it's an honest C and not a lazy one.
Yeah, exactly. My parents were like that. I would get in trouble for B's, and my older brother would too. But my younger brother, he just didn't take in the content as well. I would just listen to what the teacher said. It would stay in my head. We'd take the test. Hey, look, that's exactly what she said, and write it down. Yeah. My little brother, he just sees where's his top. You know what I mean? And so he'd get C's and mom would be like, very good. And I'd get a B and she'd yell at me. I'm like, wait a minute, hang on. But now that I'm a parent, I understand.
Yeah.
As a kid, I was like, this is bullshit.
Yeah. Thank you, Owen Harmon, for the donation. Better quarter than I'll get.
Hey, standing up for me. Thank you, Owen.
Over half the audience hasn't hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. Come on. We're here. We're here making jokes for you at other people's expense.
If you don't know if you like the stream by now, come on. It's Comedy Central over in here.
Here's what you do. Hit the like button, guys. Because I know a lot of people are, I'm not going to hit like until the end. Here's what you do. Hit like, all right? And if we don't live up to your standard, at the end, take it back.
Sure. There you go.
Because it does. I know you guys might not believe this, but it does help in the algorithm while this stream is live. So
it really triggers me when Keemstar says that word.
Let me address something in chat. Toasted Network says, who cares if a person gets a B? Will the world end if you get a B in middle school? No, the world won't end, but it's laziness. And I have no toleration for laziness. None at all. No, I have no tolerance for it.
Mint goes, can you make the dumplings harder?
They've got to cook a little bit more.
I like them on the counter for 2 days.
Yeah. No, don't do that. They'll be like a brick. You can use them as a doorstop at that point. That was delicious. I can't remember what I was going to say now. You distracted me with dumplings.
BG, this is not a game stream. You're not allowed to give me shit here. Them's the rules.
Kyler's. Oh, well, thank you, Kyler. He says it's not Comedy Central. You guys are funny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's right. And no, what you were saying about the laziness, that's what it is. It's instilling in your child to do the best they can, not just good enough.
Exactly. And that's what it's about. Will a B in middle school in the world? No, of course not. But it's about striving to do your best.
Yeah.
If you're going to do something
for yourself.
Yeah, don't half-ass it. That's how you end up in the White House.
Which is a nice segue to
Thank you.
Mr. Trump is over in your parts of the world there, Bear, isn't he?
Yes, he is. And I've got some news lined up, but just give me like 10 minutes.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm very excited because apparently
I'm keeping him. He's mine.
Piers Morgan is interviewing him tomorrow.
Oh, is
I
he?
saw that.
Yeah, he's going to be on Good Morning Britain tomorrow. Yeah, and Piers Morgan put out a tweet saying that a whole bunch of people should watch it, including the Queen, the royal family. I don't remember if he said Sadiq Khan or not.
He probably did. Oh, hey, Dick, watch.
BG, my rules are the ones that count. Damn it.
Michael tried to tell me no. What you talking about, fool? He's already got a property over here. It makes sense. He can run America from my house.
I told you, when we're done with him, you can have him.
You are done with him.
No, we got a lot of shit to still do.
Yeah. And likely the way things are looking, likely another term yet. So
He can still access Twitter. I've got internet. I've got Wi-Fi. I mean, having Trump in my house, he might actually improve. He'll get a better deal with my internet provider. But like, yo, you're not providing American standard Wi-Fi for my boy here, Mr. Ray Bear. I can't do his accent.
You're fired.
You're fired. Your internet's better than mine, motherfucker. Stop it.
Yeah, well, just because you live in the ghetto.
In the ghetto.
In the ghetto.
On a cold day. Oh, anyway, I just tagged you in his tweet there, Bear, so you can see it. The list of people. You. Let's see: the Queen, Duke and Duchess of Sussex, Prince Charles, President Rouhani of Iran, Jeremy Corbyn, Boris Johnson, Nigel Farage, the NRA.
I love that he tagged Corbyn and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, because you know who that is, don't you? That's Harry and Meghan Markle.
Transgender people in the U.S. military, the family of John McCain, and Joe Biden. I cannot wait.
And Joe. Hey, Pat, how you doing?
BG says you can kiss my mayonnaise white ass. I like Miracle Whip, motherfucker.
I like both Miracle Whip and mayonnaise. Just depends on what I'm eating.
Miracle Whip's better. It's sweet, and I'm American, so I need that sugar in my diet.
Oh, look at Lozar getting involved here.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, don't worry. Just carry on while I respond to him.
Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah.
And I'm going to make a comment here that I commented to Bear before the stream started. I know that smiles and whatnot can be faked, of course. But all the pictures I've seen so far of Trump with the royal family, they seem to genuinely like him. I mean, those don't look like fake smiles.
Well, from what I've seen of Trump, I mean, he doesn't have that Clinton thing. If you listen to people who met Clinton, especially people who didn't like him,
yeah,
they'd get in the room with him. That like, you can't not like this guy when you're talking to him.
Right.
He just takes you in. It's like you are the sole focus of his whole world, and he's just so charming. So, where Trump is more of he's a businessman.
Yeah.
He's not going unless you have business that you're going to fight over. He's gonna try to charm you and just talk to you because there's nothing to fight about. I mean,
right.
Jesus. The Queen looks ecstatic. Did you see the picture somebody did? They took her in her little red outfit with her little red hat and put "Make America Great Again" on the top. It's fucking beautiful.
Zombie Teddy. No, we haven't talked about that, but it's coming.
Yes. So the president of the United States of America, bitch, is over here in
America,
in the land of Brit Bong land, the land of assault whisks and tea. And as you know, many of our British middle class, who are mostly left-wing virtue signaling shits, are out in force. They have been since before he landed the goddamn plane. And they've been protesting. There'd been some douche canoe this morning was selling Donald Trump toilet roll for really overpriced stuff, to be honest with you. And of course, the Trump baby blimp was out, along with the Trump on the golden throne, i.e., toilet, was out there as well. Spot on surfer though. Yeah, well, there you go. That's the best I can do for my Trump. Trump's now a surfer because that's it. That's the best impression I can do of him.
See you later, Kyler. Have a good day at work, dude.
See you later, Carl. Have a good one, mate. And I saw this tweet, earlier from some lady, I don't know who she is, saying, I'm beyond embarrassed and angered that BBC News would have a replica of the blimp in their studios. They actually have a freaking replica.
I saw that.
For real?
Yeah, I saw it.
President Trump represents the American people who are our greatest allies. Abhorrent that the BBC is showing them such vile disrespect as we honor their sacrifices during World War II.
Yeah, there was a replica. It was smaller than the original, of course, but not by a lot. It was still pretty big. Right on their set, just off to the side from their news desk. Yeah.
I hadn't seen the picture of the Queen. That is an amazing picture. It looks like her and Donald Trump are laughing together.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they look beautiful together.
That is a wonderful picture.
You know, get married and have children.
And like I said, yeah, I know that smiles can be faked and all that, but I'm telling you, looking at them pictures, those don't look like fake smiles.
There you go.
It really doesn't.
Sharing screen.
Look at that. Look how, I mean, that is two people sharing a joke. They're probably laughing at French people.
Now they're probably like, ha, poor people, am I right, Trump?
He's probably telling her a dirty joke.
It's not often that the Queen, you know, runs into somebody with almost as much money as she has.
Yeah.
And gets to have dinner with them.
Trump's like, hey, Liz, I kicked a bunch of black people out of their homes the other day.
Oh God.
Seriously, though, I'd love to hear that conversation.
Oh no, I would too. As a serious student of history, that would be a great moment to have overheard, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And Viper Sword brings up a very valid point. Blowing says the Queen doesn't smile like that very often. Not for the pictures I see.
The Queen never smiles at shit.
I've never seen her look at Merkel like that.
No, she has not. She didn't smile like that at Meghan and Harry's wedding.
Right.
I could see little flames in her eyes from that picture. It's like, right, I'm gonna Diana this bitch.
God damn you.
Oh yeah, I do have some actual articles though.
Okie doke.
To go through, and of course it's all about Donald Trump because our media is pretty much dominated by this at the moment, as you can imagine. And we'll start off because I believe I still haven't watched anything on this yet. I'll have to check that out. But Trump met with Theresa May today, and Trump pulled that face that he does when he's you can't tell if he's not amused or whether he needs a poo. So Donald Trump and Theresa May praise special relationship after day at Downing Street. Theresa May and Donald Trump spent a press conference in Westminster after meeting at number 10 this afternoon, singing each other's praises. Well, I mean, at this point, like, there's nothing else that could be said. I mean, Theresa May does, she's out of the job on Friday, so he's like, "Are your bags packed?" So I can have someone help you with that. The Prime Minister began by speaking of her special relationship and friendship with the US president. They've got a WhatsApp group sending each other dirty pics. Yuck. The US president thanked the Prime Minister for a warm welcome before paying tribute to those killed during the D-Day landing 75 years ago, and rightly so as well, lest we forget and all that jazz. He said the United States and United Kingdom shared many of the same values, which we do, and praised the collective work of the British and US Army in defeating Islamic State in Syria. He then went on to say the relationship between Britain and the US was the greatest alliance the world has ever known. Well, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, think about it. 240 years ago, we were the rebels.
Yeah.
You know, of course, you know, like all of history, it depends on your perspective. We felt we were patriots. You guys thought we were terrorists. But, you know, and now 240 years later, we're fast friends and great allies and have been for decades.
We also messed with you a bit during the Civil War, if I remember rightly. siding with the South, I believe.
Yeah, a little bit, but I think that was probably more about access to that cotton.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they'd still have access to the cotton if they supported the North and the North won. That was kind of a dick move on y'all's part. I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Don't blame me.
I said I meant you as a country. I mean,
well, no, you can't even blame the country because at the end of the day, mate, like
you sided with the South. You sided with the losers.
Listen, like you lot kicked off.
That was petty as
you
fuck.
lot kicked off because of oppression, right? Now, how do you think we felt as the peons, the peasants? You know, we're being ruled by a king who's a bit of a dick. You know,
you could.
I mean, it was back then. It was perfectly acceptable to press gang people into military service. You know, so imagine how the poor working class British people felt back then. You know, at least you guys had the opportunity.
You could have come over. We had this whole big country we started.
Yeah,
we couldn't. Ships were made out of wood.
There's wood in England. Make a rowboat, motherfucker.
They didn't know how to get there. These people didn't even go to school, most of them, because like school was a privileged thing back then.
Most of us didn't go to school.
You went there on expedition boats, and we were feeding people into the colonies on purpose.
Yes, and
that shit was funded. There was nothing after that. There was no free bus ride to America after that.
You could have taken our example.
I couldn't. I wasn't alive yet. And trust
you keep changing it to personal versus you bastard.
That's how I argue.
Because you're a contrarian. That's what this shit is.
Don't start that shit again. Oh, you know what? I bet you fapped to pictures of Diane Abbott, you disgusting cretin.
I do. She's hot, man. I bet that vag is like a nice swamp, man.
Oh,
you need to stop eating spray cheese, monkey.
I want to get in that alligator. What?
Trump criticized both Labour Mayor Sadiq Khan and Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn before claiming the protests taking place in London and across the country against his visit to the UK were fake news. No, I wasn't saying the US oppressed us. I'm saying our king at the time, the reason why you lot decided to have a revolution was oppressing the rest of us as well, but the rest of us couldn't do shit. Anyway.
We were poor peasants too. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
B junkie, that's not the terminology. That's the second person today I've seen get a particular phrase wrong. Wrong. There you go. He claimed Corbyn had asked for a meeting, but he had refused, describing the Labour leader as a somewhat negative force. Well, he is. And I guarantee he's saying that Corbyn asked for a meeting with Trump. I don't know. I think Trump might be telling a porky pie there. Because you have to realize, like, Jeremy Corbyn boycotted the Raw banquet, and he doesn't. He's also been a part of the protests himself. Speaking at there's a look at this picture. Get yourself a chick who looks at you the way Theresa May's looking at Trump right now.
Yeah. I want that mushroom cap.
We're gonna make some babies. I could picture her going "Row" at him, and Trump going, "Oh fuck this!"
Oh heck no, Teresa. Have you seen my wife? No.
I say it looks like it was. Actually, this picture looks a bit rapey. Hold on, let me share that one. Trump's like, come
Where's
in.
his hand?
Like, I don't know.
Where's her boobs?
She's an old biddy monkey. You don't need to be thinking about old crusty ass old lady titties.
What's wrong with crusty old lady titties?
Hey, they need love too.
Ugh.
Wash them off.
Wash them off. Give them a good scrub. Mrs. May said the special relationship had endured through her premiership, including during the Russian chemical weapon attack in Salisbury. Yeah, we had a minor weapon attack that actually killed somebody. Oh, food. I thought you were saving to do this after.
I'm hungry.
You're hungry? Okay, thank you.
Hank Marvin.
You're Hank Marvin. Okay, thank you. I'll just read this one, then I'll mute myself while I eat this. She said, as with our predecessors, when we have faced threats to our security of our citizens and allies, we have stood together and acted together. When Russia used a deadly nerve agent on the streets of our country alongside the UK's expulsions, the president expelled 60 Russian intelligence officers, the largest contribution towards an unprecedented global response. I didn't actually know that. Earlier, the leaders walked together from Downing Street to the Foreign and Commonwealth Office to speak to the media. Melania Trump and Philip May joined their spouses for the day, which included meetings and a working lunch in Whitehall. Do you think Melania looked at Philip May, Theresa May's husband, and went, ha, the first husband, what a cuck? And not just that, but the first husband of the UK, that's like 100 times worse. Trump said the United States is committed to a phenomenal trade deal with Britain, I hope so too, as it prepares to leave the European Union. The Prime Minister has been dogged by her failure to achieve Brexit and is stepping down this week as head of her Conservative Party, but will remain as Prime Minister until her successor is chosen. It would be the new Prime Minister's responsibility to achieve Brexit and any bilateral trade deal with the US. Trump told the press conference there is tremendous potential for the two countries to do 2 to 3 times the amount of trade they're currently conducting. I hope so. I really hope so.
That should make France and Germany go, uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Because, since you can't have Trump, what you can have is some help because, you'd be like, fuck the EU.
We'll give you AOC if you want. If you
No!
take it.
Have you seen our politicians?
They already have her, just in different forms.
AOC was over here like a month ago, and she made a speech about her Green New Deal. And imagine my shock, all the hippie leftists were bloody cheering her on. No, we don't need her. Because they look up to her.
Oh, Lord.
Well, I'm going to eat this and just mute myself, mate. All right.
Okie doke.
Mm-hmm.
I guess another thing that happened while Trump's over there, I guess a Trump supporter got milkshaked.
Of course.
An English Trump supporter. Yeah. Of course they did. And as mentioned before, and I hope I'm not getting ahead of Bear's articles, but some woman busted the Trump baby balloon.
And recorded herself doing it.
How dumb is that?
Well, that's funny. And then she as she was walking away, as people were giving her shit and stuff, she starts talking about how great Trump is. Good for you, lady.
Yeah, but my only problem is I'm not a fan of destroying others' property.
Neither am I, but it's still funny.
Yeah. Toasted Network, will the Queen get milkshaked? No. And if she does, that person responsible will disappear into the Tower of London, never to be seen again. Trust me on that.
Yeah, Foxy, exactly. I don't agree with her doing that. And yeah, it was really dumb because you taped yourself doing it. That's vandalism, you idiot.
Yeah.
But I did laugh. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. One of those laughs that take you off guard. You chuckle for a minute and you go, oh, wait a minute.
Whoops. Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, don't destroy other people's property. If you wait long enough, they'll do it themselves.
Oh, yeah.
I got to pour some pills. I got to mute for a second.
All righty. So
while he's popping pills, I'll be back on for a second.
Okay. And I'm going to take this opportunity to remind everybody once again to like and share the stream. Please, because YouTube won't help with that. And if you do want to donate, my mind just went blank. There's Super Chat and there's links to my Streamlabs and Patreon in the description. I do ask that this week and this week only that you use Streamlabs if you can, because I get the money sooner and there's something I really need to spend it on.
Yeah, guys, if you are going to support, please use Streamlabs. And Viper, the next episode of Isekai Quartet's available to watch. Sorry, I had to get that out there. The monkey still thinks we use the Tower of London as a prison.
I wasn't the one who said it.
We also wouldn't put like peasants in there either. Well, we would, but like not. They wouldn't enter through the traditional sense. You know what I mean?
Let me address something in chat real quick. Straight Sith Mail. I've always said, dude, it's donating to me is not necessary to be my buddy. You're cool, man. I get it. You're cool. In fact, and Bear knows this, we had that conversation earlier today. I'm really kind of embarrassed and kind of not okay with taking donations. I just do it because it is what it is.
I'm a whore. I'll take your donations and thank you.
Well, Sadiq Khan is an actual retard.
Yeah.
He's actually retarded. From rolling back women's reproductive rights. You know, Trump didn't do that. You know, America has this thing called states' rights.
Yes, yes, we do.
Yep.
Where they, you know, tend to have a little bit of devolution. You fucking idiot.
Yeah, and in a very real way, our states' rights trump the national government, federal. So, yeah. And there goes Bear and his mechanical.
I got this new microphone, and I'm trying to be very quiet with mine now because for the first time, people said, "Who's typing?" and it was me. I was like, "Oh fuck, my bad." It's working a lot better for me now that I actually found the right switch to put it to. My old microphone, you just plugged in, and that's all it did. This one is like high tech. I'm too boomer for my microphone.
Yeah.
I'm too boomer for my microphone.
Too sexy for my shirt.
Millennials are shameless when asking for money. Well, I'm a Gen Xer, and it's this is the business, man.
Yeah, and it is, and I finally come to that understanding, and I do appreciate the donations. I'm just saying that and I am a boomer, and I was raised by two people that come out of the Depression. So, there's that little voice in the back of my head that says, "Thou shalt not take." Charity, and it's always sounds like my dad, for Pete's sake.
Well, the thing
before
is,
I tweet this, sorry, mate, but before I tweet this, I'm not wrong, am I?
What are you tweeting?
Hold on, I'm eating. Hold on.
How the fuck am I going to know if you're wrong?
I'm saying, Sadiq Khan, you were actually retarded, aren't you? Do you even know the slightest thing about how American politics works? It wasn't Trump who proposed the abortion bill in Georgia.
You're absolutely right.
Yep.
Thank you.
So, what were you about to say, Mucky?
About
donations?
No idea. The donations here, it's more like a street performer rather than just begging for charity. We come on here, we try to entertain the best we can, and it's like putting out a hat for donations if you liked what you saw.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Sarah. It's not charity; it's paying you for the entertainment you provide. And I am one entertaining motherfucker.
He is.
You're not supposed to agree with that. I'm not you. I don't take compliments very well.
Neither do I. That's one way. In one area, we are very much alike, Monkey.
Now, if you insult me, I'll talk myself up. But yeah, if other people do it, it's like, stop that. It's just weird. Talk about laying a guilt trip. No, a guilt trip would be like, I'm crippled, you guys.
Foxy, the last thing in the world you want to do is see me dance. Even before I was crippled, I could not dance. I am white as white can be when it comes to dancing.
Look, I can dance. I can't dance well, but I enjoy doing it.
There's only two dances in my life I've ever been able to do. One's a slow dance, and anybody can do that because you just hang on each other and shuffle.
Yep.
The second one is the bump. And if you've got any sense of rhythm at all, you can do the bump.
I don't even know that I have a sense of rhythm. What I don't have is a sense of shame.
Yeah, well, that I don't have. Yeah,
and that really helps when you're dancing in public and you dance like I do. People are like, look at him. Like, that's right. I'm having fun.
That's right. That's right.
I only get to live once, so I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I've told the story before. I'll tell it real quick. At the time I was in the middle of Kroger's, my youngest daughter was about 14. Seen some friends of hers coming and made the mistake of saying, "Dad, don't embarrass me."
Oh.
So I took that as a challenge, and they were playing Beatles over the intercom, and I started dancing in the middle of the aisle. And she's like, Dad, stop us. What are they going to do? Throw me out?
My daughter, one time I decided to talk in my Valley Girl voice for like a whole day while we were out. And about halfway through, my daughter stopped talking to me.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
dear.
youngest daughter was easy to embarrass like that, though. She was easy. Mama Minnie, who's my oldest daughter, was like that to begin with, but she toughened up pretty quick. J Kid, he was just like me. Like, yeah,
Well,
who cares?
In all seriousness, I wasn't trying to embarrass them most of the time. I was just trying to show, it's okay to be yourself. Just have fun. That's all I'm about. Be yourself. Have fun.
Yeah. But every once in a while, though, I do get I remember years ago, a long time ago, it was when this phrase was still popular, but I said, I was talking about somebody and I said, they think they're all that in a bag of chips.
Oh, yeah.
And they said, Dad, don't ever say that again. You're too old for that. Maddie says, I dance.
Sorry.
I just don't care who watches. Exactly.
Yeah.
What are they going to do? Eat you?
The funny part is, before I was crippled, I danced exactly the same way I do now.
Yeah.
My dancing is so bad, you can't tell I'm crippled when I do it.
Look, I have an excuse, though. I come from a long line of such people. My mom and dad, when they were dating, some of you will remember the old show American Bandstand.
Oh, yeah.
And
Dick Clark.
Yeah, exactly. It was a great show. I actually miss it, but played popular music of the day, and all the young people were out there dancing and stuff. Well, here locally, they had a show of the same ilk, and my dad was on there with his girlfriend at the time, which was not my mother. But they were dancing, and he's on camera and tripped over one of the camera cables and fell flat on his face.
Oh,
on camera. So yeah, I have an excuse.
Oh, dear Christ. Yeah, I got to turn off Twitter, man.
Yeah. Well, I do. Here's my daily Twitter experience. I look at it in the morning when I get home from taking my granddaughters to school, and I'll look at it for a couple of hours and keep an eye on it. And then I turn it off and do whatever. Then I'll look at it again later, just before I go to bed, and turn it back off. But in between, screw it.
Well, especially on stream, I keep it off to the side, and I don't look at it very often. But like we're waiting for the news story, so I was going through there to see what was on, and there's a post from Ilhan Omar. It's like, no, I'm done. No,
yeah.
Because anytime I get to one of those posts, I'm like, oh, look, stupid. Huh?
Exactly. Those three, and you know which three I'm talking about: AOC and Ilhan and the other one. I always forget her name.
Tlaib.
Yeah, Tlaib. Those are dumb, dumber, and dumbest. I'm telling you.
That's the squad.
It's a squad.
That's my squad, y'all. We're like so cool.
Yeah. Oh, I've got my Twitter open right now. It's set on my notifications just to see if somebody sends me something. But
well, I'm actually having a problem now because my cousin is logged into my main Twitter.
Yeah.
But my phone is still logged into my other account. And people keep sending me messages over there. I'm like, and I'll go to because I have that set up in case somebody sends me a message, and then I go to the computer to actually read it. And so I go over and like, there's nothing here. Oh, fuck, wrong account. Yeah, if you send me anything for the next 4 days, it needs to be through Angry Monkey. I'm in bimbo jail.
Yeah, which finally followed me back.
I thought I was.
I figured that.
The other day, I went through and I went to Ranting Monkey account to go through and pick up all the people I follow over there. And I got like 20 in and told me I couldn't follow any more people today.
Oh.
I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
If you're on an unverified account, you're supposed to be able to follow 400 people a day.
I've heard of that before. I've heard other people mention it, that it's
that's some bullshit.
Yeah, I figured you just didn't realize you was, and I'm not the type that's going to push it. I'm not one of these, oh, follow me and I'll follow you back. Screw that.
Well, I tweeted it out. I thought I had my DMs open. I keep them open because people send me stuff all the time. And,
Yeah.
and people give me nice compliments. Sure, there's some who tell me to go fuck myself, but those are okay too.
Well, yeah. Yeah, everybody
Foxy
needs to
says I'm not
laugh.
following her.
And there's some of y'all that I don't follow, folks. And let me explain that. I've explained it before, but this is a good time I can explain it. If you look at my Twitter account, I really don't follow a lot comparatively. A lot of people, mostly my friends, a few football players that I respect, and 3 celebrities: William Shatner, Gary Sinise, and Jim Woods. Although, but
I understand.
It's because I get overwhelmed. If I followed too many of you, I would never be able to keep up with my timeline. It's just a fact.
I actually cleared mine up the other day. I stopped following several people, not people, but certain news. Most of what I actually use Twitter for is material.
Yeah.
And I miss so many things because I follow like 500 people, I think it is. And most of them are pretty active. So I miss a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't just follow everyone because same thing. I mean, I can't keep up now. I would never see anything.
My followers count is nowhere near as much as Randy Monkey's main account. I've got 900 some people following me, but if I followed all of them back, there's no way I could keep up with my timeline. Absolutely no freaking way. So if I don't follow you back and you follow me, it's nothing personal. It's just me being a boomer.
Mine. I just can't. There's too many people, and I love all of you. And please understand, I do love when you guys tweet at me and stuff, because I am an attention whore.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's well known.
Yeah, pretty much. Boy, Bear must be enjoying them mint dumplings over there.
Yes, I am. Nom, 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 nom.
So they taste pretty good, huh, Bear? Right there is the best compliment you can get. Yeah, somebody trying to talk with their mouth full, but oh, let's see. So what else we got? I'll be honest with you. I didn't look at the news.
I have news
too much today. Well, you were eating.
You have news in a mouthful of dumpling.
I'm going to send you. I've actually already eaten it, but ER Bloodwing, it's in Twitter DMs. Back to eating, everyone.
Okay. And let's go over here, and the old Bloodwing can't talk and read at the same time. Philippines president said he cured himself. Oh, I've seen this.
Yes, he did.
Give it time to open. Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte.
Sure.
Dadgummit, quit jumping around. It's still loading. I hate that. Cured himself of being gay by marrying a woman. He got that vag, y'all, and cured him. Yeah.
It's amazing how not having sex with men will cure you of being gay.
The president of the Philippines has said that he stopped being gay thanks to the help of beautiful women. Rodrigo Duterte said that he cured himself by getting married, although that marriage ended. Imagine my shock. Duterte is notorious for his foul-mouthed speeches that include insults, threats to perceived enemies, and references to rape that he casts as jokes. The latest unfiltered comments came during an appearance before the Filipino community in Tokyo last week. During his speech, Duterte appeared to say that one of his high-profile critics, Senator Antonio, you guys and your stupid names, Trillanes, was gay. He said, Trillanes and I are similar, but I cured myself. The president explained that he became a man again.
Yep.
Oh, that he became a man again after meeting his now ex-wife. He said, so beautiful women cured me. Oh, good Lord. Duterte has a wavering record when it comes to gay rights. During his campaign for president in 2016, he voiced support for same-sex marriage, but later backtracked. He has also used homosexuality as an insult, including against Philip Goldberg, then U.S. ambassador to Manila. Good grief. Bahagari, a gay and transgender advocacy group, said Duterte's comments were dangerous and retrograde. They said it is symptomatic of an even graver illness, one of ignorance, prejudice, and hate. These statements, like his perverted and offensive comments on women, cannot be taken lightly or dismissed merely as jokes. Oh, good Lord. The World Health Organization and American Psychiatric Association consider homosexuality as a sexual orientation and not a disorder. The Philippines has a reputation for openness towards homosexuality, but watchdogs warn legal protections are lacking. At the same time, the Catholic Church is a powerful force in the nation where the majority of its 106 million people are counted as believers. Abortion and divorce are both illegal, due in part to fierce resistance to change from the church. So there you have it, folks. If you're not a man, you can be a man again by just getting a beautiful woman.
Look, he didn't cure himself of being gay. He stopped being bisexual. He stopped having sex with men. If he's still attracted to men in any way, he's just doing this as a way to say, look, I'm not homophobic. I used to be gay, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
No. You're bi and you just move towards the puss because you like it a little bit better, which I mean, I've never tried the male. I haven't.
No.
So
I have no desire to. I'm sorry.
Right.
I mean, if that's what you're into, good on you, but I just have no desire to.
I have some breaking news.
I absolutely understand the appeal of vagina. So good for you, sir. Yeah, go ahead. Talking about vagina. How dare you interrupt me, sir?
This could, dare I say, be slightly more important than stabbing a vagina. When
there's nothing more important
because somebody stabbed the Trump balloon.
Oh yeah. There's video of it, man. We talked about it.
We just talked about that while you were eating.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Well, see.
Oh, well, fuck you then.
So your breaking news broke while you were gone.
You broke my bloody bubble.
We broke his balloon news.
Your balloon there,
I was so happy to get that. Okay.
Did you see the video there
of them of the balloon going down?
Yeah, the woman actually, she taped herself walking or filmed herself popping it.
Can you link me, please?
Yeah, let me find it again.
Okay. And while we're looking for that, the old man is gonna take his potty break.
Oh, okay.
Be right back.
Yeah, this is videos from the Sun. They have it. I don't know where the original video is, but it's in the main chat here for you and anybody else who wants to watch it. Yep, she walks right up to it and stabs the fucker.
Great monkey. No, I'm repeating her.
Again, vandalism. I don't support it, but it is funny.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Oh,
Great.
Are we supposed to be holding the stream up right now?
Yeah. Why I went to do that and you hush. Great Monkey
I didn't
just
say anything.
You're saying something now. That's like the fourth time you've interrupted me trying to read this.
You said hush.
Shh, just let it happen. Lindsay said I've invited people to make fan art of me taking one in the trunks. I believe there's stuff out there already, man. Do I find abusing animals funny? No. Why?
It's Toasted Network. He asks constant fucking retarded questions.
I'm just wondering how he got to that conclusion from me saying I did laugh at the balloon getting popped. The only time I found animal abuse funny is in the movie Anchorman when the dog gets drop kicked off the bridge, because that was funny. No dog was actually hurt. It was a stuffed animal. Did you see Keemstar's actually tweeting about gay wonk now?
Oh yeah, he's I think he was trying to reach out to him, but then got blocked.
He got blocked. I missed that.
Yeah,
That's funny.
Keemstar tweeted it out. He got blocked by Carlos Spastic Face.
Carlos Maza. My next video, if I get the time to make it tonight, is going to be about that situation because the Young Turks weighed in, my friend.
Oh, did they now?
They did indeed. And Anna took it as a chance to take a shot at both Crowder and Dave Rubin for some reason.
Oh,
God, she is so petty.
Well, I mean, Dave Rubin gets a lot of shit anyway, so
He does, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you for that video, mate. I'm gonna drop that in my Discord if anybody wants to watch it. A woman stabbing the Trump balloon. Ha 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 ha. Well, you know, piss off with that shit.
I also just saw an article while we're waiting for him that says Facebook may be told to censor users' hateful posts globally.
Back.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Hey, Misa.
Misa.
Hi, Misa. The EU is there's a case before the EU court where they may decide that Facebook has to block mean posts worldwide. And to the EU, I say, go fuck yourself. Who do you think you are? How dare you try to tell me what I can and can't say? I'm an American motherfucker.
That's right. We got freedom of speech over in here.
Try some freedom, you pansy bitches. Sorry. I'm done.
Foxy sent me something. I sent it to both me and you, Monkey, I think. It says Jake Tapper. It's from Jake Tapper. Breaking after a 14-month investigation by the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, former Broward Sheriff's Deputy Scott Peterson was arrested today on 7 counts of child neglect, 3 counts of culpable negligence, and 1 count of perjury, per Broward State Attorney Mike Satz. Not a good look.
Okay. The perjury, if he lied about everything, all right. Negligence, sure. Child neglect, that seems a stretch.
Yeah.
That seems a stretch. That's in relation to the Parkland shooting, guys. The lack of response.
Yeah. Well, I knew who he was. I didn't make that connection with it when I first read it. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's a stretch.
Yeah, the negligence, definitely. I mean, that was your fucking job, man. Perjury, don't lie about the shit. You know what you did. But yeah. Definitely a stretch of the law, in my opinion.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at a tweet. So somebody took a screenshot of the Trump balloon. They zoomed in on the face and said, "This is the face of someone that just got stabbed in the ass."
They're not wrong.
Oh God. I just showed it to Sinatra, and Sinatra was like, "This just part and parcel of living in a big city."
Yeah.
Oh, right. Sadiq.
Yeah. Yeah, Sadiq put a tweet out. I don't know if it was recent or not, but I seen it today. That's when I seen it. We're talking about that London was one of the last great places in Western society of hope. Yeah. London, where you can't walk down the street without getting acid thrown in your face or stabbed or both. Or
the acid stuff hasn't happened for a while. Well, at least if it has, we haven't had it reported.
Yeah, ask
but yeah,
John
stabbing's
Cleese.
Crazy.
Ask John Cleese if he agrees with that.
Yeah.
The amount of shit he's gotten over his comment, man. Bear, I want to ask you about that. Do you agree that London doesn't feel English anymore?
Yeah, it hasn't been that way for a long time. Hell, even when I was growing up there, it didn't really, it kind of felt like it was going that way. There were lots of, especially in the London boroughs, where I grew up, in Greater London and whatnot. You go down into these towns which make up the Greater London, and the high streets, the old high streets, which don't really exist anymore thanks to the internet, but like it would just be rows and rows and rows of halal this, friggin' Islam bloody clothing shop this,
Mm-hmm.
there's a place called Southall in West London, which is pretty much Little Pakistan. It was when I was a kid. You know, there are more and more places like that now. It's not a racial thing; it's a cultural thing. You know, it's
Right, exactly.
You're seeing it's not so much central London they're talking about when they say this. It has a lot more to do with the boroughs of London. You know, there's not the good old. It's not the good old English butchers. It's not, you know, English stores and stuff anymore. You know, so it's not just a migration thing either. I mean, you could put some of it down to like corporatization and like American and other foreign entities moving their stores into the area, but obviously a good portion of it has to do with migration that we kind of had to deal with during the 70s and whatnot, you know. You won't see like normal barber shops anymore. You'll see fucking Afro-Caribbean barbers and all these other different ones. You know, it's not a it's a cultural thing, you know. So
no, Toasted Network, I don't find animal abuse funny. Why would I? I feel like I'm missing something here.
I feel like that a lot when I read his questions. Wow.
Okay, this is a little off subject, but it's something I've been thinking about because of a tweet that I seen earlier. And before I ask the people here in the stream, Monkey and Bear, but their opinions, I'm going to ask the chat. And it's about making your bed. Chat, help me out here. I want a little survey. I want you to type 1 if you make your bed every day, and I want you to type 2 if you don't bother. Now, Bear, I would assume, and you know what they say about assumptions, that being in the military, you probably make yours. Am I correct?
about what, mate?
Making your bed.
Oh, wait. Are we being literal here?
Literal.
Oh, okay. You're not going. Oh, you can make your bed. You can freaking lay in it, you little
not
shit.
Symbolic. No. We're talking about actually making your bed.
Are we talking about hospital corners and things like that? Are we?
Well, just whatever.
Well, I mean, in certainly in phase 1 training, you had to we had to iron our bedding.
Yeah.
You had to have hospital corners on it as well. So what we had to do is you had to obviously like make sure you had clean bedding, ready for inspection. And you'd have to iron your sheet, you'd have to iron your pillow, and you'd have to iron your duvet cover. Mm-hmm. We were very lucky; we didn't have to have the itchies and scratchies. And you'd have to make sure that it lines up with the pillowcase, the sheet, and the duvet cover. And underneath the duvet, you'd have to have hospital corners. And what I used to do for prior to inspection is I'd get under the bed like it was a car, and they're like grilled beds, like they have like little metal squares, right, to reinforce it. I'd get my fingers in between those cracks and pull the sheet in on both sides all the way down. Mm-hmm. Had to be perfect.
Right. So did that continue on for you? To this day, do you still make your bed?
Do I bollocks?
Monkey. Yes or no?
Hell no.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't get it. I've never got it. I've never understood it. Why do I want to make my bed when I'm just going to go mess it up again?
I do make it before bed at night just because, one, me and Lady Monkey, we don't sleep together very often because of our schedules.
Right.
So I don't like to get into a bed that's all messy. So I make it all up. That way all the blankets are nice and flat when I get in.
Well, yeah, I'll straighten the blankets up before I get in. Yeah.
But when I get up in the morning, I pull the blankets aside nicely. I get up and I go about my fucking day. I don't care about my bed.
Yeah.
I know Jordan Peterson thinks that's wrong.
Yeah. I got that actually on Twitter today when I was talking about it. I just made a joke in his way. He says, well, Jordan Peterson and this, that. I'm like, okay, whatever. I haven't made my bed since, and I get it when we're talking about, I used to make my kids make their bed and stuff, sure, but that's all about taking responsibility, more than it is keeping a clean room, because I've yet to see a clean kid's room. Maybe for 5 minutes, but my mom, by the time I got to a certain age, said, you know what, I get it, you're not going to make your bed anymore. That's fine. You deal with it, but you're going to keep your bedroom door closed.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, you want it to look nice. That the whole thing is it's about making it look nice.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But no, I don't bother. Well, and neither one of us is a very like restless sleeper. So
Oh, I am. Oh, good Lord.
our bed, when we get out of it, it literally just the blanket is folded over. That kind of angled fold you do when you get out of a bed.
When I get out of bed, my cover is in a tangled mess. As a matter of fact, I'm lucky if it's not in the floor.
I was sent an article
Okay.
by Pumpkin Trucker.
Okay.
Thank you, Pumpkin Trucker. It's from BuzzFeed.
Oh God, what are they up to now?
The armed school resource officer who failed to confront the Parkland shooter has been arrested.
Bear, are you listening to the stream?
What?
No, keep going.
Am I listening to the stream?
Yeah, keep going, man.
Well, no, don't tell me to keep going. What are you talking about?
Me and Bloodwing, the tweet we'd mentioned just a little bit ago, this was this article.
Pumpkin Trucker, like, you should be paying attention, dude.
I know you can read it. We didn't go over it very much. We just
No.
No, we just
No.
barely touched on it, Bear. Seriously, go ahead.
It's not my job to pay attention to the stream.
You say no like Peppa Pig, man.
No. And this, Pepper doesn't say
No,
it. It's
George.
It's Georgie Pig says it.
Yeah, you do. You sound just like him.
No.
I am curious of BuzzFeed's take, though.
Yeah.
I wonder if they see this as a good thing or a bad thing.
It's too late. I already got rid of it.
You make me look it up myself.
You
Oh,
contrarian.
fine, I'll get it. I'm
Thank
not
you.
contrarian.
Then why are you arguing?
Because all right. Hold on a sec. Okay. The charges stem from what prosecutors described as Scott Peterson's quote-unquote lack of response to a deadly shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. It's a big mouthful for a school, isn't it? The Broward County Sheriff's deputy, who waited outside Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School while a shooter opened fire, killing 17 people last year, has been arrested on child neglect charges relating to the mass shooting. Scott Peterson was fired and charged Tuesday with 11 criminal charges, including child neglect, culpable negligence, and perjury in connection to what Broward State Attorney's Office described as his lack of response to the February 14, 2018 shooting. No commentary, boys. No.
No. The charges themselves, I think they stretched a little bit on what they were going for. I think he absolutely failed in his duties.
Yeah.
I get it, not wanting to get shot. I don't want to get shot, but that's what you signed up for, man.
Yeah, that was your job, dude.
Like literally your fucking job.
So this guy was in the corner going, "No."
Yes. No, actually, he was out. He was outside.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get shot.
I'm not going in there.
That's your job.
There's
Protect
bullets
and
flying in
serve.
there. I might get hurt.
Protect and serve.
Yeah.
It's in the title.
No, so they charged him with 7 counts of child neglect. That's the one I think is wrong. That's a stretch of what they went for.
Yeah.
There's no specific provision of police.
I saw Peter.
Rule.
I saw.
Yeah. Leave him alone. Touchy subject. But no, as far as I know, there's no specific rule that police have to take care of children. It's protect and serve the community. So to specify it that way, I think they were wrong. And the other things, yeah, fuck it, throw the book at him for it.
Yeah.
Protect and serve is a motto, not a policy. Yeah, but you're kind of supposed to take that to heart. You know, it's kind of your job. You know, like imagine being like if you were a soldier who refused to to soldier, you'd
Right.
get sent to prison, son.
Yeah, I mean, it's what you signed up for. Look, again, I get it. That's a dangerous situation. There's an active shooter in there. I don't know if I'd go in. I'd like to think I would, but luckily I haven't had to face that job. But man, you fucked up.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
I must be missing something here. Maddie's saying, just like I can leave the house and show my face on videos without makeup. The horror, laugh out loud. Actually, I prefer women with very little makeup.
Depends on the woman.
Yeah.
Most women, I agree with you. There's some ugly bitches out there.
P, are you putting the same BuzzFeed article that I just opened up? I swear to God, if you are, you're getting timed out. Right, you're getting timed out. No, I won't time him out. But I'm gonna send you a strong message on Discord afterwards. A strong message. He's like, no. Not where I was, mate. If he refused to serve, we got a damn good beating. Well, I'm just saying, like, as far as I'm aware, you know, well, you probably would get your ass beat, actually, in most military saying that.
Fuck, back in the day, they'd shoot you.
Yeah, they would. World War I in particular, holy crap. But bloody soldiers walking around with bloody shell shock. Oh, look, he's not doing his job. Shoot him.
Yeah. Which and then you get to Nam, where they handled officers they didn't like by a little thing called fragging. Just toss a grenade in their tent, you know.
In the Legion, friendly fire solves a lot of problems. God damn. Well, at least you're doing it on purpose. America.
Bye, Lindsay.
Shit.
See, Lindsay.
Bye, Lindsay. Yeah. You know, desertion's a weird one.
Yeah.
It's really. I remember I actually met a guy when I got sent to military prison who had been sent there for desertion. Of course, he only spent a day in there because they were sending him to civilian prison. You do hard time if you commit desertion. It's actually quite a hard thing to prove, you know, because obviously it's very similar to going AWOL,
Right.
Like you have to prove a number of things, like intent not to return, like things like you have to find like their ID cards like chopped up and stuff like that, and address changes and other things like that.
Oh, speaking of intent to prove, did you guys see the article out of Canada yesterday? This
I may have.
this lady, a native Canadian, is that what they call them up there? What do they call them?
Canadians,
an Indian, feather, not dot.
First people.
Oh yeah, okay, whatever.
I think that's what they call them.
Indians. She walks up to a white lady who's standing outside and says, "I hate white people," and punched her in the face.
Yeah, I've seen something on that.
They tracked her down and she got arrested. And when she was arrested, she said that she's tired of the white man harming her. The white man harms her all the time, whatever. The judge in the case said he couldn't say for certain that it was racially motivated.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
There's no way to tell for certain that this was racially motivated.
What do you mean?
Walked up to a white person they did not know and punched them in the face while screaming, "I hate white people." I'm not quite sure that was racist.
Oh my God. Maybe they're like, oh, does this fit the definition of racism? You know, the power plus privilege thing.
What you got here, folks, what you have here is a failure to communicate. No, what you've got here is a judge that didn't want to look bad, didn't want the bad optics of a finding against a native person.
Yeah, we read that article. I'm like, what the fuck? How can you not? This is what the judge said. The offender said, "I hate white people," and threw a punch. There's no evidence either way about what the offender meant or whether she holds or promotes an ideology which would explain why this assault was aimed at this victim. I am not satisfied beyond a reasonable doubt that this offense was, even in part, motivated by racial bias.
this judge, because part of being a judge, and I'm not Canadian, I'm American, but I assume that it's got to be similar, is to be impartial, to be able to rule regardless. And this judge obviously doesn't have that within them, and they need to be removed.
Yeah, that I mean, how can you not even in part? I can't even say in part it was racially motivated. She punched the woman while screaming, "I hate white people." Wait, did she need to have a sign too? Did she have to say, "I watch Ben Shapiro"? What? I mean,
aren't like all Indians are drunk, aren't they? So there's like, probably drunk.
That's racist.
But look, we know Mel Gibson was drunk when he went on his anti-Jew tirade. We know he doesn't like Jews.
Yeah.
But he didn't punch anybody, which is what's important here.
He just called the cops sugar tits.
Oh,
I find that kind of I actually had a lesson. Sinatra played it for me the other week. The Mel Gibson tapes. I'm like, this dude worked alongside Danny Glover.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And more recently, and well, not Danny Glover, but he obviously works with other black actors and stuff. In what's that action film with you know what I'm talking about?
I'm not sure.
With Arnie and Sylvester Stallone and them.
Fuck. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I want about. It was in the last one, the third one or whatever.
I can see my son. He keeps telling me I need to watch those, and I haven't seen them yet. Fuck,
they're fun. They're a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah,
somebody in the chat type the name so we can go. Oh, that's right.
It's something like I don't think
Expendables. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. They're a fun watch.
Yeah. Had Jet Li in one of them, or a couple of them, maybe.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes is in the third one, I believe.
Trying to pay his taxes.
Well, I tell you what, there's 81 people watching, 45 likes. Come on. I know more of you got to be liking it because I'm having a great time. It's been a while since I've laughed this much. I've been having a blast today. Come on.
Foxy says that her fella who needs to in fact, no, I'm not going to use that old joke. My hubby took me to go see Godzilla. It was great. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, the new Godzilla movie.
Did he pull the dick in the popcorn trick?
What? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Hopefully he did.
I hope he did.
I hope it wasn't salted popcorn, though.
Come on, did he get a handy in the theater?
Yeah.
Imagine if it was salted.
Rachel said, wait a minute, this isn't popcorn.
It's buttered now. Yeah,
give that like button. It was great, man.
I saw the trailer. The trailer looked awesome. It looked like good, mindless fun, like Godzilla should be.
Exactly. It's supposed to be that.
That's all Godzilla movies are supposed to be. That's all they've ever been. Well, the very first one in the 50s was serious.
The Matthew Broderick one.
I don't even consider that Godzilla. I'm sorry.
They tried to make it way too serious, and you had dinosaur Godzilla in there. Like, no.
Like Lizard in New York.
Yeah, if they'd have just marketed it as a giant lizard movie and not Godzilla, it'd have probably been fine. But that was not Godzilla.
You know what I hate about Godzilla movies? They always build it up. You know what Godzilla looks like. He's always in the fucking trailers, but they try to sneak him like you don't know what he's going to look like. Like suddenly you see his eye and like, what the hell is that? Like, this Godzilla, just show him. Stop sneaking him up.
It's all about the suspense, though. It really annoyed me, the articles that came out about Godzilla. It's like the first one, the articles that came out when the first one came out. Well, the most recent two, obviously, I'm referring to. Like, there's not enough action. There's too much dialogue and drama between the different, human actors. Then this one comes out. There's not enough plot. There's not enough acting. There's not enough human element to it. Shut up.
Real quick, Foxy says, "Dick and popcorn. Have your husband DM me." No, I'm not real big into monster films. I might watch it like when it comes, to like Netflix or something. But everybody that I know has seen it is just raved about this fucking movie. So if you guys are at all
experience in the cinema, mate,
Yeah,
it really is.
If you're at all interested, go see it, man.
Yeah, all Godzilla, and discounting the one you were talking about, all they've ever been, it's just mindless fun. That's all big monster movies are. It's just mindless fun. And there's never been a whole lot of acting in them, or character study, except for the first one. And that was only here in the States because to make it more palpable to American audiences, they stuck Raymond Burr in it. He was not in the original movie. So, yeah, come on.
Yeah, critics do need to hush. I mean, it's an absolutely gorgeous movie. It really is. Just all the CG is just so well done. I mean, there's a couple of moments where you're like, I don't know about the CG here, but but for the most part, it's really beautiful.
Yeah, come on, people. Not every movie ever made needs to make some kind of statement or have some deep meaning.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just entertainment.
There's a guy right now getting a bunch of shit because he said he thinks he could make video games without them being political. And everybody's like, no, you can't. They have to have some deep meaning.
No, oh my God.
No, they're games, for fuck's sake.
They're all mindless games. Pac-Man, that's a political message right there.
Yeah. Yellow people suck. Sorry, China.
Yellow people can't stop eating the fat little shit. I don't. Why do games need to be political?
Well, apparently that's the only way to tell a good story, Bear.
No,
it
fucking ain't.
It's not. No. I play the fuck out of 7 Days to Die. There's literally no story in that.
Yeah.
RimWorld. There's no story in that either. You make it up as you go along.
Yeah.
RimWorld is awesome. I haven't played that in a long time.
I mean, I enjoy a good story in a video game as much as the next guy. But yeah, it doesn't have to be fun. And if it does have a story, it doesn't have to be political. One of my favorite all-time video game series is the Gears of War series. And there was absolutely nothing. It had a great storyline and zero politics. So yeah, it can be done.
Yes, it's. I don't. Who's saying this stupid shit?
Well, the video game industry, the
devs.
Yeah, we got the people who write and make games.
The devs are so stupid, man.
You can't make a good game unless you're making a comment on society. One of the best game I've ever played story-wise was Warcraft 3. The story in that is fucking amazing. And it is not a comment on current society. It wasn't a comment on society at the time. It was a story that, much like Game of Thrones, man, you don't know where this stuff is going. And sometimes it takes a turn. You're like, what just happened? And because they're trying to tell a story, not influence society.
Right.
And I actually think those kind of stories are much better.
Exactly. And that's why I love it. And Jolly Roger's Bilgewater, Gears of War 1 through 3 was fantastic. I absolutely agree. I mean, it actually made this tough old crusty old man tear up twice during that run of games. It was just a great story. And there's a lot of games like that, just fantastic stories without having to delve into some kind of social comment.
No, you got to do social comment here. It's a bad game. Morons whose games are failing told me so.
What is it with game devs nowadays, man? They're just so gay.
Well, they are, yeah. It's because they're millennials.
You know what, Monkey? Me and you are going to tangle.
It's not my fault they're millennials. I didn't make them.
Yeah.
You kind of did.
I made 3 millennials. None of them are that stupid.
Yeah, I've got to say I've made 3 of them, and yeah, mine aren't as. At least I like to think they're not as stupid as the majority.
Look, if one of my kids was a full-blown SJW, I would still love them, but I wouldn't tell people about them.
I wouldn't hug them,
Yeah,
but I would get them a birthday card.
Yeah, I've got 3 kids. You know,
guys, I'll
there's
be right back.
okay. I've got 3 kids. There's this one and that one, but we don't talk about the third one. No, Foxy, I have not seen Hot Zone. No.
Games, I mean, it's okay for games to have a political message in them, I guess, or to have politics in it as a part of the storyline, but it doesn't have to be.
Yeah. Peter Allman, that's a good example. In the end of Telltale's The Walking Dead season 1, me and my ex were totally silent for about 15 minutes. We were that stunned. Absolutely. I played season 1 as well, and part of season 2, and then my Xbox went, and I wasn't able to play anymore. But yeah, it had a very mind-blowing ending, very emotional, and yeah.
Viper says mentions Mass Effect. Well, Mass Effect had politics in it, and I suppose there probably are a few social messages in there.
Yeah, the whole genophage thing, and
yeah. There's plenty of like lore and side quests that have, you know, I would say political overtones in terms of messaging.
but it wasn't
stuff,
overtly heavy-handed.
Yeah, it wasn't like you playing the game. Right, you should choose this as an option. You should choose this as an option. You know,
the only kick I have against Mass Effect, and it's the same one that so many people have had, is I hated the ending.
What? To
Hated
3?
it. Yeah.
I didn't mind the ending.
I'm like, I've put 3 games worth of myself into this character because I did play them in order and I carried the same character across.
it's not about the ending; it's about the journey.
And get to the end, and there's not one ending that saves that character in a likable fashion. I'm like,
Well, that's the point. I mean, I actually like that because I like when the hero doesn't have a good choice, where he's not just always going to come out and he saved the day and gets to live and live happily ever after.
You know, Shepard survives if you choose destroy.
Well, in the way they changed it, you can.
Yeah.
In the original one, now you just fucking die. And I like that. I thought that was a good ending. But we're conditioned to want great endings. I'm a fan of like Shakespeare. If you guys have ever read Hamlet, the end of Hamlet, that's fucked up, man.
Yeah,
that's fucked up.
In terms of Mass Effect, I mean, you've got to admit though the music and the atmosphere they created at the ending. Like I was playing it, and I was the first time I ever chose Synthesis ending, where Shepard jumps into the hole and sacrifices his body so that everybody can be, you know, part cybernetic or whatever, and AI can understand human emotions and stuff. It made my stepson cry, and I had a bit of a lump in my throat. I was like, "Stop crying!"
Well, that's the great thing about that. That's how you know it's a good story.
Yeah.
There've been some, like, actually by the end of Oblivion, that one, I mean, you get to save the day and all that, but that fight at the end, which was kind of silly, but still, like, you have 2 gods fighting here, and you helped change the world. I was actually like pumped, like America pumped, you know. That's what a good story can do. At the end of it, you know, you're like either just destroyed or pumped or laughing your ass off. That's what good storytelling is. It's not pushing your goddamn agenda, assholes.
Yeah. I don't think there was any kind of like agenda with Mass Effect in particular. I mean, a lot of people try to say that Andromeda was full of SJW stuff. It wasn't. Not really. It just had really boring characters, really annoying characters as well, and the story wasn't that good, but it was still fun to play.
Yeah, if you're Jolly Roger there, if you're talking about Mass Effect, he says, don't introduce a brand new powerful enemy in the last 15 minutes of a fucking game. The original storyline was nothing like that. It kind of was. You didn't know the ship was a living being until the end.
Oh, you mean the first one?
Yeah. That sets the stage for everything else. I mean, the way they went about it, I think, is the only way they could logically. You can't. How would you be talking to one of those giant monsters? You know.
The Reaper ships.
Yeah, the Reapers.
Yeah.
I think it was just it's kind of like the end of the movie Contact where the aliens are fucking dad. It's a little bit disappointing, but I get why they did it.
Mm.
And you get the choice, and the choice is what's important there.
Yeah. I like choosing control ending.
I don't know if I've played all of them. I've watched all of them. I chose the ending where he ended up dying, but you get to see him get it at the very, very end.
Okay. Just destroy. Yeah.
Yeah, God, it's been so long since I played through them. I don't remember what I chose all of them. I did play through. I made a save right before it, and so that I got the achievements for the different endings. But I don't remember them actually.
Achievements. You are a boomer.
I played all the endings, but I didn't do it with an extra save. I just started a new game. I've played it all the way through several times. Except for Mass Effect 1. Fuck that game.
Oh, man, I wish they would remaster that. I wish they would have remastered that instead of Andromeda.
Agree. They should have had more time.
And I really
I
wish that instead of Andromeda, they would have stayed in the original area and just continued from there if they were going to do something. Don't give me a whole new universe and call it the same thing. Stop it.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of the only way they could go in terms of sequels if they weren't going to go after like the Reaper invasion, because obviously the story is that the people funding the mission to Andromeda know that the Reapers are coming. So they're like, oh, but we're going to create this, the arcs and sell it as kind of like the new frontier and send everybody off, you know?
Yeah, I get it, but I don't know. The original, I love that story so much. Like when you're on the ship, I felt at home on my ship. I don't know if it was like that for anyone else.
Yeah, but it was for me as well. Yeah.
But like you're on the ship and you're wondering, it's like this is where I live. It's cool.
Yeah. Now I haven't played Andromeda, but Jolly Rogers Bilgewater says Andromeda wasn't terrible, but it did have the most boring final boss fight I've ever experienced. I don't know. As much as I love the Gears of War that I talked about earlier, Gears of War 2 had the most anticlimactic final boss fight of almost any game I've ever played. It builds it all up, and it's this huge thing bigger than a skyscraper, and it's just a matter of pushing the right buttons and you kill it.
Oh, there's a few games like that. I mean, they did that with Dying Light and Far Cry 3. I mean, Far Cry 3 is one of the greatest games I have ever played.
Which was
story and all that kind of stuff. But the quick time events, the QTEs, oh, stop.
Which was kind of the opposite of what the first Gears of War was, which was one of the hardest final boss fights I've ever experienced.
Oh, what the fuck have you sent, Foxy?
Yeah, I took a peek over there and quickly came back like, nope.
Oh, I don't know if I'm turned on or not. I'll give it a like anyway.
But yeah, hey, look at that. Time flies when we're having fun. Man, guys, I have had a blast today.
No, it's been a good conversation. Good stream.
I've been laughing more today than I have for a while, and that's saying something. But we are at about the end of it. I don't have a format, but one thing I do try to keep to is the 2-hour limit. But thanks all of you in the chat for coming out and supporting the stream with your presence and your likes and your shares. And thank you to those that donated. Bear, thank you as always. Anything you want to show?
Yes, yesterday I uploaded a brand new Lord Bear video to the Irate Alex channel. It's going after a big fatty. Fairly sure he's a big fat redneck and he's ginger. Yeah. And go check it out, guys. It's lots of people said it was funny, so go have fun.
Yeah, and Monkey, a pleasure as always. It's been a lot of fun. Anything you want to shout out?
I did a video yesterday. Check that out. And tonight we're on Scribe Light's channel for Lords of the Night, 9 p.m. Eastern.
There you go, people. There you go. And be on the lookout for Redneck Trek, which should be out by the end of the week, hopefully, if everything works out right. But anyway,
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I am too. It's been a while since I've been excited about any project that I'm doing, or this excited anyway. Anyway, thanks everybody again for coming out. And as always, get out of my yard.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.